Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to a new special edition here on the Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And here we're actually going to do a Argent Saga review. It's a new TCG coming out from the ARG clan, correct? And yeah, we played a little bit during the pre-release that we had, and it was pretty fun. And we're going to jump on the bandwagon, see how this goes. Let us know if you like our content and see if we can actually start making more with this content for you. And with that, of course, with the set reviews, as if you've seen our other ones for Magic and Force of Will, we're just going to do a color breakdown, and then we're going to do a review set from our knowledge of TCGs, of what cards can be good. Because as brewers, I think we're actually really good on knowing ahead of time of what cards can be really good or not. And there's not really a limited scene yet, so it's going to be like, meh, okay, garbage, or okay, that's pretty good. From what we know and the knowledge of what we played with, for sure. And of course, like I said, the color breakdown will be down below for the timestamps. And let's just get into it, shall we? We'll go ahead and get into the white first. And the first guy is the Archer, the Luminous Warrior. He's a 6-drop, 4,000. He's a Guardian, so that means he can block. And on arrive, so when he enters the field, target up to 2 different gears in your discard zone and equip them to this card. I played against it, and it's ridiculously good. Because you don't... With the stones and stuff, you always hit basically a cost every turn. So 6th turn, you drop this guy. This guy is extremely huge already, and you get gears from the graveyard from your other dudes being dead. It's just powerful.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah, so super good.
Next up is Brant, the Wicked Judge. He's a 2,500. He's a unit. He's a legendary knight, so you can only have one of them in your deck. This card gains 500 for each of your opponent's destroyed towers. If you have 2 or less towers remaining, this card gains quickness and cannot be targeted by spells. And quickness means he can attack the turn he comes in.
Yes. I think this guy is really, really good.
Yeah, this dude's actually pretty silly.
The fact that he just gets bigger, and if you're behind, bam, you destroy one of their towers, and he gets bigger right then and there. And to be able to not be targeted by spells is super powerful. Alright, Corum Sniper. It's a 1,500. 3-drop exhaust, so you have to tap them. Discard 1 gear from your hand, deal 1,000 damage to target unit. Meh.
Yeah, this card feels bad.
Yeah, you don't want to lose a card, and you have to tap them to do this to maybe kill something, because as you can already tell, 10,000 or 1,000 is a little rough to do.
Yeah. Next up is Iskandar, the Mythical King. He is 4,000 for a 10-drop. He's a legendary knight, so one of them, he's got Destroyer, which he can attack 2 towers. And this card costs 1 less to play for each gear in your discard zone. And then he arrives, you target up to 2 target gears in a discard zone and equip them to this card. And then remove a gear equipped to this card, remove target unit.
Yeah. This guy is also extremely annoying to play against. Because then you're just like, remove those blockers for free of all the small little gears that we have, and you swing in.
And this game also has Force of Will blocking rules, but there's no ghost blocking, so if that dude is gone, you get to hit.
Yep. You swing in, they block, you're like, nope, remove, thank you.
Yeah.
This is a powerhouse. Kill him immediately. Alright, the next one is Mel, Corum Magician. 1,500 for a 3-drop. Arrive. If you have 3 more gears in your discard zone, draw 2. He can be good. He's kind of solid. The stats are perfect for a 3-drop, and if your gears are in the graveyard, you just draw more cards.
Yeah, I kind of like that guy. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Next up is Raza, Knight of Unity. 3-drop for 1,500. When he arrives, expel any number of gears from your discard zone. Put into play a knight unit from your deck with cost equal to the number of gears you have removed. So essentially, you remove any number of gears, go search your deck for a dude, and put it into play.
Yeah.
That seems really good to me because it's getting rid of things that you've already used.
Yeah.
To go get a new thing.
And for me, I feel like it's terrible in the fact that you can only remove gears. If it's any card in the graveyard, then fine. But the fact that we already read 2 cards that get stuff from the graveyard into the field, is meh. Alright, the next one is a 1-drop Astonishing Betrayal. It's a spell. Instacast, that means your turn or their turn. Destroy a target unit that is dealt damage this turn. That dealt damage this turn. Really good. I think if you have a small blocker and they do it, and then you just kill their big dude for trading off a small dude. So yeah, I agree with it.
Next up is Brilliant Barrier. It is 1 for an instacast, which anytime. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to target unit this turn.
Super good. I think this is amazing.
Card I will not play because I don't play cards like this.
But I will.
But it's a good card.
Yeah.
I just don't like cards like this.
You just you block, and then your dude lives, and they don't, and it's amazing. Next one is Corium Reinforcements. 3-drop spell. Put 2 Knights tokens on the battlefield, and they're 1,000. They're just 1,000. So 2 1,000s for 3. It's okay.
It's pretty good. It's nothing like crazy, but it's pretty good.
It's okay. They don't have Guardian, so meh for sure.
Next up is 4 for Finishing Ray. Destroy all units. It is Wrath of God.
Yeah.
In Magic, it's the same card practically.
It really is, yeah.
And it's so good. It killed the board.
When you're like, you're gonna destroy all your units, be like, no, this is like get out of jail free card. You're like, push the button. All your big stuff is dead. Thank you. All right, the next one is Omega Magic Hikari. 2-drop instant cast. Put into 1 Knight unit that's a Guardian, and it's a 1,000. If you have 2 or less towers remaining, you play 2 tokens instead. So I think this is already better than that Reinforcements card for sure. Especially if you're losing your towers, then you're like, oh, I have 2 blockers to protect the remaining 2 towers.
Yeah.
For 2 mana.
Pretty good.
Super good.
Next up is 1 for Shards Sword Nova. Spell instacast. As an additional cost to play this card, discard 1 gear or sacrifice 1 gear you control. Destroy target unit with cost 3 or less. So I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if the payback of discarding or losing a thing is worth it, but it is really, really strong.
Especially since most, as you can tell, 3 drops are mediocre okay. Like if it's a legendary dude or whatever, then cool. But, I agree. Pretty good. The next one is Supply Deal, 1 drop. Discard 1 gear from your hand, draw 2 cards. Now, if you have a lot of recursion, then it might be okay, but it might also just be a filler card.
Yeah, I don't really like it that much.
Yeah.
Next up is Vise Blessing, 1 mana for choose 1. Add up to 2 gears from your discard zone to your hand. Equip target gear from discard zone to target unit you control. This card seems really good for me as like a 2-of, just because it's like a reanimate spell for any type of equipment.
Yeah, you don't want to go crazy with this, but I agree. It's pretty good. The next one is Blessed Shard Cloak. Equipped to target unit. It cannot be a target by spells. It's a 1-drop gear. And yeah, that's something I would use in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that seems really strong because it's just 1 mana.
Yeah, 1 mana, don't touch my guy. Thank you very much.
Next up is 2 for a Quorum War Room. It is an augment. Your gears cost 1 less to play. Exhaust, sacrifice this card. Equip target gear from your discard zone to a target unit you control.
Could be good, but most of your gears are already low costing anyway, so it might just meh.
It feels kind of meh to me.
Yeah.
Really.
Like it feels janky. It wouldn't work out too well. All right, the next one, Caliber, the Sacred Shard Sword. It's a 2-drop augment gear. Equipped to target unit. It gets plus 1,000, which is insane for 2 mana. Sacrifice this card. This turn, equipped unit cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. Draw 1 card, so it replaces itself. And then you can only have 1 controlled on here, so you can only play 1. That's it. You can have multiple in your deck, but you can only have 1 on the field.
Yeah, that's a good set, but like I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Next up is Longinus, the Mythical Shard Lance. 2 for an augment gear equipped to a unit. It gets 1,000. Sacrifice this card, deal 1,500 to target unit, and you can only have 1 of them in play.
So that one's way good because that kills a lot of dudes and bringing them back and stuff. And Longinus just sounds like someone just grabbed the spear and was like, Longinus. It's long.
This card's really good because you don't lose your creature, your dude, for this. You just sacrifice this card.
Yeah. And then you can bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. All right, the next one is Shining Shard Dagger for 2 augment gear. Equipped to target unit. It gets plus 500 in quickness. And quickness, of course, you can attack in the turn. And I played this with a fun deck with red and white together, and it worked out pretty well. Like, it seems kind of solid. Because quickness is kind of overpowered, I think, right now at the beginning stages of this. Because you're just like, dump, tower dead. Because you can only block if they have a guardian, and if they don't have one, you just immediately just destroy a tower with this guy. And with that, that is the end of the white, and we'll go ahead and go into the red now.
The first dude on red is Bahamut, and Dragonic Deity. This card is amazing.
Yeah.
I've played this. I have this because red is the deck that I got, and I like it. And he has 8 mana for quickness, so he can attack the turn he comes in. This card costs 2 less to play if you have 5 or more dragon units with different names in your discard zone. And that's actually not that bad to do.
Nice.
And then Arrive, he removes target unit, and if you do, deal 2,000 damage to each unit that is adjacent to it.
Jesus. Late game, he takes over for sure.
Yeah. So, it's 6 mana. You remove a dude and shoot the other 2 dudes.
So removing them pretty
You
much.
essentially cone fire the 3 dudes you need to kill, and you get to swing and kill some tower. Because this dude is a 5,000 and he does not care about the world.
Exactly. No, not at all.
Like, when I played this dude in the pre-release, I pretty much destroyed the dude I played. Because this dude brought me back in the game so hard. Because you're like, cool, get rid of your 2 guardians and remove that big dude.
Yeah. And then I swing. And it's super good. It's ridiculous. Alright, the next one is a Mech Dragon Prototype. 7-drop, 4,000. Quickness as well. I like the unit is dragon ?
Yeah.
We don't know. Maybe. While you have 1 or less cards in your hand, this card has Destroyer, which is you can attack 2 units when you attack.
Yeah.
So with red, you empty out your hand, you swing, you hopefully destroy 2 things.
Yeah, this he's a cool bomb. He's nothing like crazy, but
Yeah, he's not too
alright.
bad.
Next up is the Rayo Daredevil. She has 4 for Arrive, destroy units with cost 1. It seems good. I feel like it's a trap card because, I mean, you're not going to play a lot of 1-drop dudes, or you're not going to play against a lot of 1-drop dudes.
Yeah, not at all. Especially when this was a 4 cost, you know?
Yeah.
If it was a 2-drop, then maybe, because it destroys the turn 1.
Yeah.
Good. Alright, next one. Rayo Dragon Caller. 3-drop, 2,000. Arrive. Add 1 dragon unit that costs 2 or less from the deck to your hand. And I think there's only 1 right now.
No,
right?
there's like 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
If
I
you
only
get the
saw
deck,
1.
but this card's awesome.
Oh, then there you go.
Yeah, I've played this card. I love this card. It's fantastic. I mean, you don't want to use like more than 2 of these really, because you just go get 1 or 2 of the 2-drops, and it's really good.
And then you're done.
Next up is Rayo Dragon Priest. 3 mana. All dragon units you control get 1,000.
Pretty solid.
It's a pretty good lord. He's a 1,500 himself. I mean, it's cool. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's cool.
Yeah, especially since your dragons are already pretty big.
Yeah.
No, this guy is really good though. 3-drop, 1,000. Rayo Scar Slayer. Quickness. So just turn 3, bam, swing into a tower. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Next up is Rayo Wyvern Rider. It's one of my favorite cards of the dragons. It is 4 mana for 1,500 with quickness, and he's got Ruined, which is when this card is destroyed or sacrificed, put a 1/1 or put a 1,000 dragon into play.
Or is it down south say it runt? This guy's runt.
Or a Rao unit token, yeah. But he essentially replaces himself after he gets to swing in the turn he comes in. So you're just like, cool, quickness, swing. Brock, kill your thing. Oh, my dude died? Cool, I'll replace him. Thanks.
Sounds good. Next one, 6-drop, 4,000. Rayena, the Phoenix. Unit, Legendary Phoenix, so you can only have 1 in the deck. Arrive. Deals 1,500 to all units your opponents control. So you can essentially almost board wipe. And then Ruin, shuffle this card into the owner's deck. So really good. It just keeps coming back.
Yeah. Again, I have this card too, and it's busted.
Yeah.
Next up is Rayena's Pet Dragon. Is 3 for a unit dragon. You arrive. If you control another Rayena unit, just deal 1,000 damage to target unit.
It's good.
Other Rayena units you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities.
Oof, that's super good.
Yeah. So it protects the Phoenix and it protects the next card, and it's silly the way it does things.
Yeah, so 4-drop, 2,000, Rayena Immortal Princess. It has Runt. Put into play Riona the Phoenix from your hand to your deck. From your hand or deck.
Yeah. So when you play her, you're just like, cool, 4 mana. Are you going to kill it? Because you know you're going to take a 1,500 to your board.
Yeah.
Which is what makes this card so busted.
Yeah, especially since it's a 2,000 big boy. So you're like, I'll swing into the tower?
Yeah, because with this, you're just like, I'm going to swing willy-nilly because I don't care.
Yeah.
Does it die? Great.
Doesn't
Great.
matter. Yeah, exactly.
Next up is Scarlet Egg. It is 1 for a Dragon Guardian. It cannot attack if you control 2 or more other dragon units. Sacrifice this card, search your deck for a dragon unit 2 or less, and put it into play. It's a neat Guardian.
But
I mean, it's kind of got its drawback because it forces itself dead. When you have the 2, there's not a May. It's just you do it. So it's cool, but I would only use like 1 or 2 of them, if any.
Yeah. Alright, the next one is a 5-drop 3000 Spitfire Dragon. Unit Dragon, this card attacks, deals 1000 damage to a target unit. So, it's just limited. It's okay.
Yeah.
Compared to the other dragons, for sure, for 5.
Yeah. Next up is Enraged Attack. 3 mana, put into play 1 unit with 3 or less cost from your hand. If you do, deal 1000 damage to target unit.
I love this card.
Yeah.
It's not good when you draw it and you have an empty hand, but early game, you're like, kill your dude. Then I plop down this 3-drop dragon that protects my other Rayonas.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Next one, 2-drop Molten Explosion. Instant cast, so anytime. Destroy target unit with 2000 power or less.
Yeah.
Solid. Just solid kill spell.
Yeah. 2 mana, I'll kill pretty much anything. Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Next up is the Omega Magic Kasai for red, which is 2 insta-cast, deal 1500 damage to target attacking or blocking dude. Then, if you control 2 or less towers, deal 2000 damage to target unit.
So obviously the other one was better.
No way, this kills both the dudes the other one makes. Because this one shoots the dude attacking or blocking, and you shoot another dude.
Oh, then if you... Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it... Got it. So yeah, this can do well.
They're both really good. This one allows you to kill 2 dudes, which is what I like about it.
Oh yeah, I agree. 3-drop Phoenix Flame Strike spell. If you control a Riona unit, this card costs 1 less to play. Deal 1000 damage to all your units your opponent controls. So early game, you can board wipe them if need be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
Next up, Rayo Firebomb. 2 mana for a spell. Deal 1500 to target unit and 1000 to each unit adjacent to it. This card, in my opinion, is so bonkers. Because you're just like, cool, kill that big dude. Those dudes take 1000. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, seems good. Next one, Alter the Dragon God. Exhaust, pay 1 life, destroy target dragon unit you control. If you do, search your deck for a dragon unit with the same name, cost, and put it into play. So this is only good, I guess, if there is a sideboard later and you play against your opponent again, put this in. So when they go to kill your big dude, you're just like, tap it, pay 1, kill it. Oh, I have it again.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So after playing this card is insane.
Yeah.
Like, so the little quick cast dude or quickness dude that replaces himself is busted with this card. Because you're just like, cool, play that dude, swing, kill your tower, kill it, get 1000, go get another 4-drop of the same dude, kill another tower. I don't care about your life.
Yeah,
thanks.
there you go. The quick cast dragons for sure.
Yeah.
Or the swiftness ones. Or whatever.
This card is insane. And like you were saying, if they try to kill your stuff, you still get a value out of it. Because you're like, cool, no.
Yeah.
Go get another one. Thanks.
Thank you.
And the final red card is Draconic Zone. 2 mana for an augment. You tap, target fire dude gets plus 1000. Sacrifice this card, return target dragon from your discard zone to your hand.
This card is busted.
Yeah.
I played it during the pre-release, and just one of them can win you the game for sure.
Yeah, because it's just tap, your dude gets big.
Yeah. That's all it is. And if you have 2 of them, one dude is unstoppable. Swing in the tower. You want to block because you're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sane.
All right. And with that is the end of the red, and we'll get into the green. Next one, the first start of the green is Duck Sky Raider Captain. 4-drop, 2500. Arrive. Put into play 1 Sky Raider unit from your hand with total 3 or less. That's really good. 2 dudes for 4? Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Thanks. Next up is Aiton Righteous Outlaw. 2500 for 4 mana. He's a prince unit. Discard this card from your hand. Return target air unit you control with 3 or less to its owner's hand. If this card is in your discard zone, when an air unit is returned to your hand from the field, for the second time in a turn, you can put this card into play exhausted.
Oh.
Expel it when it leaves the field.
Yeah, green's all about bouncing stuff back, so this is pretty weird.
Yeah, green's about bouncing your stuff
Yeah,
back.
your stuff back, for sure. The next one is a 5-drop. What do you feel about this card? Meh?
I think he's okay. He's pretty cool in what the green does, because he gets himself back, which is neat.
Yeah. Next drop is a 5-drop 3000 Garga, Keeper of Gales. It's a beast. Arrive. Choose a cost. I don't know why I said coast. Choose a cost. Return all units of the chosen cost to their owner's hand. If 2 or more units are returned to the hand, this card gains quickness. That's really good.
Yeah, this card's insane.
This card's super insane. Like, just bounce most of your dudes. Or if your guardians have the same cost, then bounce those, I swing in. Or if they have tokens, you're like, 0 cost.
Yeah.
Get them all out.
Because it bounces all your dudes and their dudes, which green's all about bouncing dudes.
Yeah. So, super good.
Next up is Kanas, the Aerial Fortress. It is a legendary airship for 7. It is a 4,000 with Guardian. Units in front of this card cannot attack and have minus 2,000.
Jesus.
Once per turn, you can return another air unit you control to its owner's hand. This card is unaffected by spells this turn. So if this big airship lands in play, it's kind of over.
Yeah.
Like, because you're just like, oh, your dudes are little. Good luck.
So it essentially makes it where your 5 slots are now 4 slots because your dude's going to die, minus 2,000 mostly. And yeah, and they can attack.
Yeah.
And it's a Guardian.
And it covers one of their dudes, one of your opponent's dudes that just nullifies that. Oh, look, that dude can't do anything. Good luck.
Yeah, have
Thanks.
fun. And green bounces things, and that's what it does. And that's ridiculous. Next one is 4-drop, 2,500 Sandseed Covert. Your opponent cannot attack air units you control with spells. That's good. That's real good.
Mm-hmm. Don't talk about my
Yeah,
stuff.
just don't do it.
Next up is the Sandseed Drifter, 4 mana for 2,500. He's got ruined. Switch up to 2 of your shards to active. So when he dies, you get to untap 2 lands, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty okay. The next one is Sandseed Traveler, 2-drop 1,500. When this card attacks, switch one of your shards to active. So essentially, turn 3, you cast a 3-drop, then you do it, untap one of your dudes, and then maybe play something else.
Yeah, if you have a way to untap this dude for free, this dude's kind of silly because they can attack multiple times, so it's kind of silly.
Pretty good.
Next up, Skytree Glide Trooper, 2,000 for 3-drop. And if 2 or more air units have returned to your hand this turn, this card costs 2 less to play.
Could be good, depending. I mean, it's a 1-drop 2,000, which is super solid.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're already losing power on the board. So.
I don't know. We'll see how green works. I don't know how they do, but they seem pretty neat.
Yeah, I haven't got to play it or watch it, so we'll see. Skytree Hawk, 2-drop 1,000. When this card is returned from your hand to the field, you discard this card, draw 2 cards. So it's one of those small things. Small drop first, and then it gains value at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Next up is the Skytree Marksman. He's 3 for a 1,500. He arrives, return another target air unit you control to its owner's hand, and if you do, deal 1,500 to target unit. That dude's pretty cool because, like we just saw, if you return Skyhawk, you're just like, cool, kill that dude, draw 2 cards.
Yeah, seems good.
Seems good.
Seems pretty solid. Next one, 4-drop. There's a lot of 4-drops here with 2,500 here. 2,500, Sylphia, Spirit of the Air. It's legendary elemental. Arrive. Choose even or odd cost. Your opponent places all their units with the chosen cost on the bottom of their owner's decks in any order. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, super solid.
So any of those cards that can be targeted by things, you're like, cool, I don't care. It's still an even cost. Get it out of my life.
And then you get to bounce this guy because that's what he does.
Yeah.
And then you do the even or odd, the opposite, and just be like, you
keep
never get
clearing
to
the
play
board, which is pretty silly.
anything.
Thanks.
Yeah. And it only costs 4. Jesus.
Next up is Terror of the Sandsea. For 7 mana, 4,000. This card costs 1 less to play for each unit returned to the hand from the field this turn. When this card attacks, your opponent sacrifices a unit. So if you get the big angry scorpion in play, it kills the world. Cool. Swing. Lose a dude. Thanks. Yeah, this dude's pretty insane.
That's pretty insane for sure. Alright. 2-drop. Disintegration Shot. Choose one. Destroy target augment, which basically bye-bye white. And destroy target unit with cost 1 or less, which is man. So it's sideboard.
Yeah.
That's all. That's really all. God, that scorpion is so good.
Next up is Lightning Shot. 3 mana for deal 3,000 damage to target unit and 1,000 to another target unit.
God. Thank you.
Wow, that seems real strong.
Green is very powerful.
Yeah.
Seems real
That
good.
spell's real good.
Yeah. The next one, Omega Magic Kaz, or K's. 2-drop, quick cast, or insta cast either turn. If you have 2 or less towers remaining, this costs 0 to play. Target unit cannot deal damage or attack this turn, draw 1 card. So their big dude that you're trying to swing can attack, and I draw a card for free.
That's cool. So
it's
far, I
iffy.
think it's lackluster compared to the other 2 Omega Magics,
Right?
but it's pretty okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
Next up is Royal Command. 4 mana for a spell. Switch all air units you control to active. Air units get 1,000 this turn.
Gross.
So there's your overrun for green. So you're just like, cool, swing all my dudes. Play this. Swing all my dudes.
Yeah. Your towers are gone, I win.
Yeah.
That's what this...
Yeah, that card's pretty good. It's like a 1 or 2 of, because you don't want to really run more than that. Because once you play one of them, they should be dying.
Yeah, exactly. You should be dead by that turn for sure. Ooh, we got an X spell. X gonna give it to you. Winds of the Cloud Sea. Spell, instant cast, so any turn. Return X target units you control to their owner's hands and put into play 1 unit from your hand with X. Oh, okay, cost X or less. I was like, am I about to play a Scorpion for free? But no, it's good. It's all good.
I mean, you could.
If you paid 7, but then you're bouncing all your dudes and popping this down. It seems weird, and I think it could be useful for sure, in some way.
Does that trigger off the Scorpion? Does the Scorpion cost them less? Because it's not total cost on that card. It's just cost.
This card costs 1 less to play. Oof, we gotta go into the rules settings, but probably not.
Dang.
But still,
I mean, yeah, if you do X for 7, then you're just like, cool, do this, Scorpion.
Yeah, thanks, Scorpion.
You get to keep the upper hand forever. Next up is Monarch Sky Dagger for 2. It is an augment. Equipped to target unit. It arrives, put a counter on this card.
Okay.
Remove a counter on this card, choose 1. Deal 500 damage to a unit. Equipped unit gets plus 500. If this card is in your discard zone when an air unit is returned from the field to your hand, you can add this card to your hand. So it's like a crazy JIT.
Yep. It's a very weak JIT.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's just does a whole lot for you.
For 2 mana. Or even for free if you discard it.
Yeah.
That's nice. Next one, Sky Tree Command Center. It's an augment as well. When a unit is returned to your hand from the field, place 1 counter on this card. For each. Exhaust, tap it. Remove any number of counters from this card, put into play 1 unit from your hand with a total cost equal to the number of counters removed. This is how you do it. Get a Scorpion in for free.
Yeah. So I feel like green is just like the really good splash color. Like, really good. I mean, you can only have 8 of them or however many the Divinity of your Spirit is, but green seems just like a good secondary color. To just be like, that's what I do some silly crap, because thanks.
Do all this fun stuff. So yeah, it's really, really tricky. But with that, of course, that is the end of the green. Now we'll go into my favorite color, I think, of the game is blue. First one, Drained Hag. 3-drop, 2,000. This card costs 1 less to play for each time you Shard Drain this turn. And Shard Drain is whenever you just put a shard on the bottom of a shard deck. And I think this card is horrible, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this at all.
Yeah.
So don't play it.
Next up is Hana, the Apprentice of Mayu. It is 5 mana for 2,500. It arrives. You put a target unit with 2 or less from your discard zone into play. This card's weird for blue because blue has Reanimate.
Yeah. But
it's really pretty good.
Yeah. That's definitely, if you splash blue in a deck, that would be really good to play.
Yeah.
Next one is Ikuma Juggernaut. 5-drop, 3,000. Has Guardian, so it can block. If this card uses Guardian, switch it to active after that battle. So, Guardian is actually a keyword. So when you Guardian or block, you tap your unit. This makes it where it untaps. So there you go. And you can Shard Drain for 1, so take it down. This card cannot be a target by spells or abilities this turn. Yeah. So unblock.
This card is insane.
Super good.
Like, if this card is in play, your life is so much more difficult. Because, like, I ran into one of these and forgot that it can untap. And it totally ruined my life. Because it's just like, cool, block, untap.
Yeah.
Thanks. Do you want to do it again? Great.
And of course, damage does stack, so it can die after blocking multiple dudes. But after killing 2 of their dudes for your 1 dude...
I mean, it's a 3,000 that gets hexproof. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Don't target it.
Next up is the Akuma Wavebender. Is 3 mana for 1,500. It arrives. Return target unit to its owner's hand.
Good.
It's pretty good for 3 mana.
It is a solid card. Now, this is my favorite art of the card database here. 3-drop Jamal, Suspicious Sorcerer. He's doing finger guns. He's distracting a guard and killing him straight in the back of the head. So he's a 2,000 for 3. Whenever you play a card with Shard Drain, deal 1,000 to target unit. You don't need to do Shard Drain. You just need to play a card with Shard Drain, and you kill a dude. This card
pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Next up is Kako, Brother of Destiny. He's 3 for a 2,000. This card costs 1 less to play if you control a Mirai unit. Exhaust, put target unit in the discard zone on top of its owner's deck.
Now, I would like to think that you can really just annoy your opponent if they have like a 1-drop small dude and you just keep putting on top of their unit.
Yeah.
Because you slowing down their draw is one of the strongest things you can ever do as a TCG.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just like, bounce something, put it on the top. Oh, that 1-drop that you don't want anymore. Well, it's now on top of your deck, and you draw an empty spell. So
it's pretty neat.
I think it's really good. Next one is a 7-drop Leviathan, the Ancient Spirit. It's a 4,000 Guardian, so it can block. Destroyer can attack 2 towers at once. Arrive. Take control of target unit. Overall, super fantastic.
Yeah. This card's really good for 7 mana. Because it's a Guardian, so it doesn't care. It can block things.
Yeah.
And it can kill the whole world. And it's just like, hey, that's mine. Your big dragon? Great, it's mine.
Yeah. Your 7-drop is now my 7-drop. Thank you very much.
Next up is the other legendary blue. It is 6 for 3,500 as Mei Yu, the Grand Sorceress.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen her in play and it's kind of ridiculous. She arrives, return target spell in your discard zone to your hand, and if you do, the next spell cast costs 0.
Super good.
Once per turn, when you play a card with Shard Drain or use Shard Drain, return target other unit to the top of its owner's deck.
So this card is busted, and this is why I want to play blue so bad. So I play this, you play a spell. That with Shard Drain, bounce your dude. With Shard Drain triggered, bounce another dude. And you might as well just use your Spirit with Shard Drain, bounce a third dude. For 6 mana, you can take control of the board whenever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty silly.
Solid. Super high up there. 3-drop Mirari, Sister of the Sight, 2,000. This card costs 1 less if you control a Kaku unit. So this is the other flip one. Exhaust. Declare a name, card name, then reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a declared card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. Now, we haven't got to your champions yet, but there's a champion where you basically reveal the top card. And now with her, you can just draw it if you don't draw it from the champion's exhaust. So yeah, super good. I think this card is really, really good.
Yeah. Next up is Mr. Kins, the Cryptic Familiar. He is 1 for 500. He arrives, you look at the top 2 of your deck and put them back in any order. And exhaust, draw 1 card, then return this card to the top of the owner's deck. This card's really good for 1 mana, because you're just like, cool, scry, look at the top cards, and then I'm going to draw a card.
Speaking of magic terms, it's like a Sensei's Divining Top, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because come play, do the thing. Oh, cool. On your turn, because Summoning Sickness only happens at the end of your turn, then you do that. And then you just
Except it's a top that can attack. Hey!
Yeah, hey-yo! Alright, this is one of the most busted spells, I think. Ancient Spirit's Breath. One cost, quick cast, instant cast. So return target unit with total cost 2 or less to its owner's hand, then its owner draws 1 card. That can be you or them. As additional cost to play this card, you may Shard Drain 1 if you do return target unit to the top of its owner's deck. What do I say about just slowing down your opponent? So, I don't know. You bounce your own dude, you draw a card, you make theirs on top of theirs for one mana.
So I've played against this card a couple times, and it's totally busted.
Yeah.
Because remember what I said about ghost blockers? You're like, cool, block dude. Bounce that dude to the top, bounce that dude to your hand. Take some damage, bro. Thanks.
I don't care. It's so busted.
For 1 mana, bounce 2 dudes. Great.
Especially with Muwai or whatever her name is, you just win.
Yeah.
Alright.
So gross.
So good.
Next up is Celestial Magic Chronostasis. 6 mana, insta-cast. Place all units on the field on the bottom of their owner's decks in any order you choose.
This is Blue's Oh Crap card, and you push it on their turn.
Hey, Psych Rift, let's do it!
Yeah, let's do it! Thank you!
It's so good, because it's instant. Be like, put all the stuff away.
Yeah, thank you. This one, Cryptic Secret, 2-drop. Play only if there's a destroyed light or water tower, so that means either or from each player. Shuffle target unit back into its owner's deck. Solid.
Yeah, pretty good.
Solid late game for sure.
Next up, Gathering Shard Light. 2 mana for an instant cast spell. Draw 2 cards and discard a card.
This card's busted. I like it. It's not busted, but it's super good for blue.
Yeah, it's really good for blue.
Yeah. And the one that's not good, because you can just play this card, or the card that we just talked about, 5-drop, Knowledge Unbound. Draw 3 cards. Who cares? You can draw 2 and then discard the one you don't need at the moment.
I mean, it's okay. It's not really worth it.
Not for 5 mana.
Next up is Blue's Omega Magic. The Mizu. 2 mana for an instant cast spell. Choose one. Or if you have 2 or less towers remaining, choose 2. Draw 1 card, exhaust target unit, or return target unit to its owner's hand if it is exhausted.
You want to play Cryptic Command in a new set? In a new deck?
Yeah.
A new game? This is it. It does exactly the same.
You're like, cool, I have 2 or less towers, let's choose 2.
Yeah.
Tap that dude that can attack, and I'm going to draw some card.
Yeah, or
it's so good.
When I'm going to swing, tap that dude, bounce that unit to your hand. Thank you, bye.
Yeah, pretty good.
Now, I'm not sure about this card, because I want to see how it does in play, especially with the stones and such. But Reactive Runes, 2-drop instant cast. Return target unit that came into play this turn on top of its owner's deck. It's extremely powerful because it slows them down, like I said. But you have to do it on their turn when they play a dude. So you have to watch out for the stones of what you're playing. Or your energy deck.
Yeah.
But otherwise, super powerful.
Alright, and so this next card I think is probably the most busted card in blue.
Yeah.
And it is Tidal Rush. 3 for a spell, instacast. As an additional cost to play this card, you may shard drain 1. If you do, return target unit to its owner's hand.
Bam.
Then return target unit to its owner's hand. Then draw 1 card. So I personally think this is the most busted card in blue.
Agreed.
It's so good. Like, 3 mana seems like a lot, but I mean, you get to draw a card and bounce 2 dudes if you put 1 card back.
And then at the end of their turn.
Yeah, it's an instant, so you just do it whenever.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
It's super good. It puts them so far behind.
Mm-hmm. I've played against it, and it does. It is awful.
The next one is 4-drop Augment Shard Research Facility. Arrive. So enters the field, place counters on this card equal to the number of water units you control. So we'll see how that goes. At the end of turn, you may remove 1 or more counters on this card. Add target spell from your discard zone to your hand with the cost equal to the number of counters you removed. Then if this card has no counters on it, sacrifice it. So it just sucks that it only gets the counters when it arrives, so you have to have a pretty decent board. So maybe, I don't know, blue-white because you have a bunch of tokens. But I don't know. It's kind of meh, to be honest.
To me,
it's
seems
super bad.
meh.
Especially if it costs 4.
Yeah.
So. Now with that is the end of the blue. We'll go and get into the darkness.
Next up is the darkness cards, and the first one we got is the Bloodlight Maniac. He is 2 mana for 1,000. When he arrives, both players discard 1 random card from their hands. It's okay. It's not really that good. There's better cards in black that discard, but it's okay.
We'll definitely see. The next one is a Gargoyle Mimic, 3-drop 1,500. It has Ruined. So when it dies, target 1 dark unit in your discard zone with Ruin and apply it, except Gargoyle Mimic, because it does it, and apply its Ruin's effect.
Yeah, so any other cards that have Ruined, you can target them and then re-trigger their ability.
Yeah. Seems pretty silly.
It's probably got some pretty crazy things.
Yeah.
Next up is Gigath, the first Gargoyle. This dude I've seen play, and he's kind of silly. He's 5 mana for 3,000. When he arrives, you put a protection counter on another target unit you control.
Okay.
And if there's a unit with a protection counter, it will be destroyed, remove all damage and the protection counter from it.
Nice.
If this card is in your discard zone, discard a dark unit from your hand. Discard dark units from your hand equal to 10. Put this card into play.
So that's really silly. That's very specific. And he's like the Batman of Argent Saga.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He does some silliness.
Now this one, Gloom Oligarch, 4-drop 2,500. It's a unit. Sacrifice a unit, choose one. Target unit gets plus 1,000 until end of turn, or target unit gets minus 1,000 until end of turn. So if you play a token deck with this guy, he could be pretty good. But we'll see.
Yeah, otherwise I think this dude's kind of bad.
Yeah, he's kind of bad.
To me, he feels really bad. But
because you can only have so many units, and if you're removing those units for no reason, it's kind of sad.
Next up is the Patriarch of the Golems. 7 mana for a 5,000 Destroyer. He's a legendary, so you only have 1. This card costs 1 less for each card discarded from your opponent's hand by your effects this turn. Discard 1 golem unit from your hand. Target unit gets -X, where X is the discarded cost. That's pretty good.
That could be good.
That dude's pretty silly. Like, he can do a lot for you. He can come in and play for free. He can kill some dudes. That dude's pretty good.
Well, yeah, if you can discard 7 cards from the hand, definitely for free.
Yeah.
The next one is a Pewter Gargoyle, 2-drop 500. So, man, if this card is in your discard zone, when a card is discarded from your opponent's hand by your effect, you may put this card into play. So, it's a recurring thing, but the damage is super low.
Yeah, it's kind of meh.
If it had Guardian, then totally.
Yeah.
Totally bring this dude in.
Dude would be insane if he had Guardian, but he's pretty silly.
He's bad.
Next up is Blood Sacrifice. 2 mana for a spell. As an additional cost to play this card, sacrifice a dark unit. Discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand.
So maybe this with the Gargoyle is pretty cute, because you rotate them out.
It is, but I don't think this card's good.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. I kind of don't like the darkness, to be honest. The next one, Brainwipe Beam. It's a 3-drop spell. Target a unit. If its power is 2,000 or less, exhaust it and take control of it. If its power is more than 2,000, give it -2,000 this turn.
This card's awesome. Like, I've seen this card played and it's silly because you're just like, because I mean it's 2,000 or less. That takes a lot of stuff.
It does. It really does.
And for 3 mana, great. 3 mana, I'll take gain control.
And you don't give it back. That's the best part about it. That card is actually really good.
Next up is Cruel Accord. 3 mana spell. Discard 1 card from your hand. Then your opponent discards 2 from theirs. This card's okay. It can get there. It's not the best, but it can get there.
I guess if you discard something that needs to be in the graveyard, then sure. But I don't know. I agree. Next one, Cry of Madness. This card art is pretty intense. 5-drop. Discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. Meh.
Yeah, this card's pretty bad.
Don't play it.
5 mana, you should be doing a lot more in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up is Debilitating Miasma. 4 mana for an instacast. Up to 2 target units get -2,000. This card is awesome because it's 4 mana, kill 2 dudes.
On their turn.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, you play 2 dudes that are big? They can die.
Yeah,
thanks. I don't want them in play.
Alright, 1-drop quick cast. Enveloped in Darkness. It's a instacast. Target attacking unit gains -1,000 this turn. It's a 1-drop, so it can do combat tricks, and it can be okay early game, but besides that, meh.
Yeah. Next up is the Black Omega Magic Yami, which is 2 for an instacast. Choose 1, or if you have 2 or less towers, choose both. Target unit gets -1,000, or return target unit that costs 3 or less from your discard zone to the field.
So this is already better than the one we just talked about because it does almost the same thing, just an extra 2.
Yeah.
I like it. The next one, Poisonous Strike, 3-drop instacast. Target attacking or blocking unit gets -2,000 this turn. Good. Then your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. Perfect. That is the perfect thing that you need for discard and kill a dude for 3 mana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 mana, I'll choose both.
Yeah.
Thanks. Next up is Returning Shadows. 2 mana spell, instacast. Add target unit from your discard zone to your hand. And it's okay. It's kind of meh to me.
Yeah, you never really want to actually play these cards in any TCG at all.
I mean, not really, no.
No. The next one, Soul Transfer. It's a 4-drop spell. Destroy target unit, and if you do, you can put into play a unit from your discard zone whose cost is lower than the destroyed unit.
This card's awesome.
Is really good.
Because you're just like, cool, kill that dude, bring this dude back. Yay, thanks.
Yeah. Kill your giant dude. Oh, my smaller giant dude is into play. Thank you.
Next up is the Delayed Poison. 1 mana and augment. Equipped to a unit. At the start of your next turn, destroy the equipped unit.
I really like this card. I think it's super good, especially how it's all played. I don't know. I think it's really good for 1 mana.
Yeah, for 1 mana, it's really good.
Yeah. The next one, Hidden Laboratory. Cost 2, augment. Arrive. Place 3 counters on your champion if it is Hoina, Immortal Conjurer. Exhaust, that means tap this augment. Sacrifice a golem unit, draw 1 card. I don't know about that.
No, this card is awesome for the sole fact of what it does when it arrives.
Okay.
Because it comes into play and it gives Hoina 3 counters, which she says, remove 3 counters, put a 1,500 golem into play.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And it's kind of disgusting. Because you're just like, cool, augment, do this. And then, again, it also gives you something to do with your golems once you've used them. Once they've, if they try to attack them or target them, you're just like, cool, kill 1, draw a card. Thanks.
Nice.
No, stay out of here. Next up is the Philosopher's Stone. 2 mana for a legendary augment. It arrives, expel all golems from your discard zone and place 1 counter on this card for each.
Nice.
Exhaust. Remove any number of counters from this card. Search your deck for a dark unit with cost equal to the number of counters removed and put it into play. At the end of turn, if this card has no counters on it, sacrifice it.
See, this is also one of those things where I wish it didn't have arrive and do this, because like you have to wait until most of your stuff is in the graveyard.
Yeah.
So who knows how that really works.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how about that card.
Yeah.
I've not seen it played, but it's okay.
Right. Okay, with that is the end of the darkness. And now we'll get into the Argent cards, basically colorless, that you can play in any deck.
Basically.
Alright. First things first. Acid Monger. 2-drop, 1000, arrive, destroy target augment. Really good.
Yeah, it's a very, very good sideboard snail.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't like your stuff.
Doesn't like your
kill
stuff.
all of it.
And then it can swing. It's good.
Next up is Amorphagus.
What'd you call me?
Amorphagus. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 mana for a 2500 Guardian. He's got Ruined, and you put into play a blob counter with Guardian when he dies. So he just blocks, and then he makes a blocker.
It reminds me of Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This is a blob. I think it is a blob, isn't it? Or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. It does the same thing.
Yeah.
The next one is Argent Archer. 1-drop, 500. Arrive, deals 500 to target unit. Don't play this guy. He's bad. He's just bad.
Yeah, the next one is Argent Egg. I enjoy this card a lot. It's 1 mana for a 500 Guardian. This card cannot attack, and Ruined, when it dies, you get a 500 Whelp. You get a little baby dragon.
Aw.
So I like this card a lot for my dragons just because it's a 1 mana Guardian.
Yeah.
And it gives me an extra dude. Cool, great.
I like it. Next one is a 4-drop, 2500, Dancer of Time. When this card is targeted by a spell, you may discard 1 card. If you do, expel this card and return it to the field at the end of turn. That means the target doesn't resolve and it's alive if they try to kill it with a spell. So it can be good, and it all depends on if you play black with it to discard stuff in your graveyard. So man.
Next up is a Novice Protector, 1 mana 500 Guardian. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, super bad. Don't play it. The next one, Professor Rudy, Magical Engineer. He's a legendary professor. 3-drop, 2000. Your arrive effects trigger twice. This guy is super popular right now, and it's understandable. There's a lot of arrive effects.
Yeah, he's pretty silly.
Yeah, and 2000 for 3 is just good in general.
Mm-hmm. Next up is Savage Mystic. 2 mana for 1000. Once per turn, when you cast a spell, deal 1000 damage to a unit.
You better believe I'm going to play this with that blue guy that does 1000 damage with a spell. So you're like, play a 1-drop, kill that guy for 2000 damage, bounce your other dude. It's
pretty silly.
It's silly. All right, next one, Secret Project Aria. Yeah, 4-drop, 2500. Your units adjacent to this card cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. In like a weird format, I really like this card, but it all depends like on what you're playing against.
Yeah. This card kind of feels like a trap to me because it forces you into some stuff. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like crazy amazing either.
And you have to always think about where you're going to place your dudes in your 5 slots.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you never know.
Next up is Silver Watchwoman. She is 4 mana for 2000. She arrives, you put 2 counters on this card. Remove a counter from this card, choose 1. It can either gain Quick Cast, it can gain target attack, or prevent the next damage that would be dealt to this card.
I like this card.
Yeah, for 4 mana, that card's pretty awesome.
If there was a limited format, I would take this card all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty good. And target attack is where you can attack one of the other people's creatures without it being exhausted. So that's really good. This one, Transmogrification Master. There's an R right there. Transfiguration. I was thinking of Transmogrification. I was like, nope, there's an R. So 4-drop, 2000. Arrive. Expel target unit, and if you do roll a die, if the result is even, the owner of the expelled creature gets a 4000 mech unit. If the result is odd, the owner of the expelled unit gets another mech unit that's 1000.
This card is bad.
Only if you target their opponents, but if you target yours, you can get a 4000.
Or you can get a 1000. This card is still bad.
Yeah, so like...
Regardless how you spin this card is
limited
bad.
format, when you have a crappy 1-drop, you can immediately be like, boom, I have a 4000 maybe.
No. I would just not play that in place of something else for 4 mana.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
true.
kidding me?
It's
The card
true.
is bad.
But it's fun.
It does nothing.
It's fun.
I mean, I give you that it's fun, but that's about it.
Right.
Next up is Turin, the Primal Turtle. He's 7 for a 4,000 Guardian. He arrives, you deal 2,000 damage up to 2 target units.
Simple as that.
I'm a big turtle. I'll kill you.
Yep. And he has a pirate ship on his back.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he does.
It's done. Next one, Twilight Knight. He's a legendary knight, even though he has no name. 6-drop, 3,000. Destroyer, so attack 2 towers at once. Arrive. Destroy target unit with Guardian, and if you do this, it gains quickness.
This card's awesome.
This guy's really good.
Because you're like, oh, you have X amount of Guardians? Cool, kill that one.
Kill that one, I swing, and I'm at 3,000, so your other one's dead for sure.
Yeah.
Or that tower's gone.
Next up is Ariana's Amulet. It's 1 mana for an augment, legendary amulet. It arrives, you draw a card, sacrifice this card, all spirits lose all abilities until your next turn.
So, it can be really good. It's weird that you can only have one, and depending on the spirits, I don't know. We'll see.
It's kind of neat, but I don't know. We'll see what it does.
I would do a sideboard for sure.
Yeah.
Statue of the Argent Tower, 2-drop. Arrive, draw 1 card. Sacrifice this card, shuffle up to 3 target units from your discard zone into your deck. Meh.
That's it for all the colorless dudes. We're going to head into the shards real quick. And first shard we got is the Cryptic Crystal. And it is, if your spirit isn't water, it comes into play exhausted, which they all have that clause except for their own color. And this says you tap to produce 1, arrive, you look at the top 2 of your deck, put them back in any order. So
super good.
Stone that comes into play in Scries, cool, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Scries 2, and then you can do so much with that.
So good.
Especially when you shard drain or whatever, you can put it back in your deck.
Yeah.
Yay. Alright, next one is Hollowed Crystal. This one's for the light. Produces 1. Exhaust. Pay 1. Target unit with Guardian gets plus 500 this turn. It's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I think it's kind of the weakest of most of them, but it's okay.
We'll see.
Next up is the Nightmare Crystal, Darkness 1. Produce a 1. Exhaust. Send the top card of your deck to the discard zone. Meh.
Just meh.
Yeah.
The next one, Wyvern Crystal. It's the fire one. Produce 1. Arrive. Add target dragon unit from your discard zone to your hand, and if you do, discard 1 card from your hand. That's really good.
Yeah, this card's awesome.
Especially if they kill your big dude, and you're like, well, I'll just get this back.
Yeah, because the red champion, the dragon champion, is all about discarding a dragon to do things. So you're like, cool, discard this dragon, do some stuff.
And then you'll just get better.
Next up is the green one, Zephyr Crystal, and it is exhaust, pay 2, destroy target augment.
So goodbye white. Apparently,
Yeah, I mean,
that's how it
kills
goes.
all the augments. White has a lot of augments, so that's why he says that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it kills a lot of them.
Yeah, it kills all of them. Alright, with that, those are the special shards. Now we'll go into the champions. Now these are what determine what color you're going to play in. Your main color, of course. And this is like the box hopper, where if you get a box, you get one of these at random. And now the first one. Arian, the Golden Rose, it's the light champion. Exhaust, tap, discard 1 knight unit or gear from your hand, exhaust target unit. So it can happen if you have a lower cost dude in your hand and they have a big dude swinging, you're like, okay, just stop that. And it's pretty good that way. I like it.
Next up is Rain, Mournful Commander. He is the red one. Exhaust, expel up to 2 units from your hand, deal damage to target unit equal to the number of cards expelled times 5. This card is awful. It's so bad. Like,
It really is.
God, it's bad. Because you got to remove them from the game, first off.
Yeah.
You don't even get them back. And then it has to be units. It can't be just spells
Just
or whatever.
cards, yeah.
It has to be units. So you're already losing out on that. I don't know. It just...
And the max you do is 1,000 damage. That's not good. It's really bad, sadly.
Yeah.
The next one is Ariana, the Adventure of Argos, the green champion. At the start of your game, after mulligans, that's cool, you can add up to 1 Kala Trusted Champion and /or 1 Arya's Amulet from your deck to your hand. So it's a build-around champion.
Yeah.
Meh.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Next up is Jillian, the Witch Queen. Exhaust, reveal any number of spells from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a spell with cost equal to or less than the number of cards revealed from your hand, add it to your hand.
Yeah. Super good.
card is insane.
Yeah, because if you're overborn and you know what you're going to do, you can just reveal your hand and hopefully just get a card no matter what. Or if you have that lady that I was talking about where you exhaust her and you name a card, you do this. You like reveal one card they know about. You're like, oh, this card. Tap her. I get this card.
Yeah.
So it's just good. It's just really good. All right, the next one. Argon, the Tragic Gargoyle. Champion. Exhaust. Send the top 2 cards of your deck in the discard zone. He has the second exhaust. Unfair. Pay 1. Put target unit from your discard zone on top of your deck. So yeah. It's really kind of busted if you have a creature that board wipes or destroys or disrupts everything. Yeah. So you're just like, oh, pay 1, put it back, draw it, do it again. Done.
Yeah, I mean, it's Volrath's Stronghold for those that play Magic, and that card's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's your main dude. You can just do it at any time.
Just at the end of turn 2.
And you only have to pay 1 life. Cool, great. I'll pay a life. Exactly. I don't care. Or you just pay 1. You didn't pay a life. You're just like, cool, pay 1. Put this dude back.
Yeah.
Thanks. That is it for the champions, and that is it for the Argent Saga review of the first set. Thank you very much for joining us here on the channel for it. We are going to have a lot more Argent Saga stuff coming down the pipe soon. We're going to have like a playthrough and show you how the game works, what you do against each other, and like just exactly what all it is.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to it, and it's got a lot of crazy little rules and like synergies, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, definitely let us know if you want us to do deck techs or whatever content it is for it. We think it's fun, and we like to see how it goes from here on the channel.
For sure, for sure. Thank you again for joining us today. We'll see y'all again next time.
Goodbye.
Also, guys, just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.